Welcome to So'o Storytime. Today we're going to be reading a book called A Very Brave Witch. This book is written by Alison McGhee and illustrated by Harry Bliss. I look forward to reading this Halloween book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. A Very Brave Witch. You're not going to believe this, but keep out. Poof! I'm a witch. Hmm. My favorite holiday? Well, what do you think? That's right. Halloween! Is that one of your favorite holidays? Get to dress up and get candy? I love the decorations. I love the decorations. And I especially love the costumes. Look, there's different costumes here for people to wear. You might not believe this, but most witches are afraid of humans. Did you say humans? Look, she's scared. Why? Because, well, humans aren't green like us. She's reading the big book of humans. I'm not afraid, though. I've done my research. Here are the facts, strange but true. Most humans are afraid to fly. Most humans do not wear pointy hats. Baseball cap, bonnet, regular hat. Humans are rarely known to cackle. Ha 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 ha. Nothing too bad except, the green thing. It's time for this brave witch to take a closer look. Hang on, kitty. We're going in. Listen, what's that I hear those humans saying? Trick a tree? No one can trick a tree like me. Swoop! Vroom! Zoom! Yikes! She fell off the broom. Are you okay? A real human, she thought. Sweet costume, said the ghost. That was quite a spill. She's thinking, I'm being touched by a human hand. I've always dreamed of flying. She said, flying? Have I got a treat for you? Hop on, as she asked her to get on her broomstick. And the cat. Some witches, the very brave ones, are not afraid of humans. And some humans, the very brave ones, are not afraid to fly. Happy Halloween! Thank you so much for reading A Very Brave Witch with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can know when I'm going to read my next story. Thank you. Welcome to So'o Storytime. Today we're going to be reading a book called Boo to You Too. This book is written by Elizabeth Rodger. I look forward to reading this fun Halloween book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. Boo to You Too. Halloween was coming. The pig family went to buy the biggest pumpkin they could find. You deserve the biggest because you're such wonderful children, Father said to Sally, Toby, and Charlie. There were many pumpkins of all different sizes. The pig children rushed back and forth, looking at this pumpkin, looking at that pumpkin. Then Sally squealed, I found it! Look over here! It's the biggest pumpkin ever! But Sally didn't know someone was hiding behind the big pumpkin. Boo! Shouted Charlie, the littlest pig, as he jumped from his hiding place. But Sally just laughed. Charlie didn't look scary at all. There's Charlie back behind the pumpkin. At home, Father Pig helped carve a face on the pumpkin. The face had a friendly grin. Charlie didn't like that. The friendly grin was not scary enough for Halloween. Well, he would just have to show them. Charlie made a mask out of a paper bag. He put the mask over his head. Boo! He shouted, jumping out from behind a door. But Toby just laughed. Charlie was too little to be scary. There's Charlie trying to scare his brother again. The pig family talked and giggled as they tied pillows on a stake to make a ghost. The ghost looked very plump, dressed in a long white sheet. It's not a very scary ghost, thought Charlie. Well, he would just have to show them. Charlie pulled a white sheet over himself. Not even his little toes showed. Making what he was sure were creepy moans, he tiptoed behind his family. But Charlie couldn't see where he was going. He stumbled over a bush. He stubbed his toe on a root. He bumped into a tree. Ouch! Down he fell to the ground. Oh, man. Mother tried to comfort Charlie. I want Halloween to be scary, huffed Charlie. But Halloween is scary, said Toby. Just you wait and see. Then Halloween came. The little pigs put on their costumes. They were so excited. They could hardly wait to go from door to door, filling their bags with all sorts of goodies. Mother and the children were ready to leave. Charlie looked at the darkness all around. Things looked different from before. The big pumpkin was grinning in a spooky way, and the ghost looked eerie in the moonlight. Shadowy figures lurked here and there. Ghostly lights blinked through the tall trees. Charlie held on tightly to Mother's hand. I think he's a little bit scared. What fun to go from house to house trick-or-treating. Molly Possum gave them candied apples. Bibi Mouse had baked tiny pecan tarts. She gave 2 to each little pig. Even Grumpy Gramps Badger had plenty of fudge to put in their bags. Soon the bags were filled with goodies. Mother and the children went back home. There they found the pumpkin glowing in the dark and the ghost where they had left it. Suddenly, Charlie saw the ghost move. But how could that be? The ghost was just a stuffed sheet. Then it moved again. Look, look, squealed Charlie. The ghost moved. It moved its arm. Mother, Sally, and Toby stopped to look. The ghost didn't move. Don't be silly, Charlie. It's just an old sheet stuffed with pillows. Now come along, dear, said Mother. Charlie was sure the ghost had moved. He kept an eye on it as he trotted after his mother. Then the ghost moved its leg. Charlie stopped to look more closely. The leg moved again. Look, it did it again. It really did move, squeaked Charlie. Oh no. Oh, you're just imagining things, said Mother. She walked up to the ghost and poked it. The ghost didn't move. There, now you try, Charlie, said Mother. Ever so slowly, Charlie put out a hand. He gave the ghost a quick little poke in the middle of its very round tummy. Boo! Roared the ghost as it pounced on Charlie and swept him up in its great white arms. Charlie squealed and squealed. He was so scared. Oh my goodness, I would be scared too. Mother, Sally, and Toby began to laugh. The ghost was laughing too. What was going on? The ghost raised its hood. There was Father's happy face grinning at Charlie. Gotcha. Boo to you too, said Father, hugging Charlie. Oh, he got him back. Charlie giggled. What fun it was to get a big scare on Halloween. Now it was a perfect Halloween. Thank you so much for reading Boo to You Too with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when I'm going to read my next story. Have a happy Halloween. Welcome to Solo Story Time. Today we're going to be reading a book called It's Fall. This book is written by Linda Glaser and illustrated by Susan Swan. I hope you enjoy this book. Now let's get ready for story time. It's fall. I skip and swish through autumn leaves. They crunch and crackle under my feet and whoosh and whirl all around me. Red, orange, yellow, golden brown. A wind swoops up. More leaves fall down. I love all the beautiful colors of the leaves, don't you? It's fall. I help rake a big, big pile of leaves. Whee! I jump in and sink deep, deep, and deep. I hide inside. It smells sharp and sweet. Leaves prickle and tickle all over me. I wait and wait. Then, pop! It's me! Jumping up to surprise everybody. We hear the wild honking of migrating geese as they fly way up overhead in bees. A hawk soars up in a sweeping glide, and there goes some monarch butterflies. They're all heading south where it's warm because colder days are coming soon. It's fall. Animals are hiding all around me. They're getting ready to hibernate in deep, deep sleep. Ladybugs hide in pine cones and under barks and leaves. Earthworms tunnel way down where the earth doesn't freeze. Look at them making tunnels. And the butterflies are going into the pine cones. Frogs burrow in lake bottoms under the mud. A raccoon finds a safe spot in a hollow log. A chipmunk stores piles of seeds underground. Soon they'll all sleep for a long, long time. Gray squirrels scamper around finding acorns and nuts. They'll be awake all winter, so they have to fatten up. That's cute. They're eating the little nuts. It's fall. The air is turning crisp and cold. It's time to wear our warmer clothes. We put on jackets and pants and long sleeves to keep us warm when it turns breezy. The sun goes down so early now. We wait and watch the sky grow dark. We see the great big harvest moon rise up and up and up. Wherever we go, we find flowers and weeds, drying out and scattering seeds. We float silky parachutes of dry milkweed. Birds land on our dry sunflowers and eat the seeds. Tall, dry cattails whisper and rattle. Crisp leaves swish and rustle and chatter. It's fall. We collect acorns and pine cones and pretty leaves. I choose a great big pumpkin. We carve a face and roast the seeds. Have you eaten pumpkin seeds? I have, and they're so delicious. One day in our garden, we dig some holes. We plant crocuses and tulips and daffodil bulbs. I try to picture how they look a long time from now when they finally come up. I wonder what they'll look like. Then one day I notice that the trees are all bare. Leaves have fallen everywhere. There's an icy chill in the air. Soon, very soon, winter will be here. But right now, it's still fall. I gather handfuls of autumn leaves. I toss them up. They swirl down on me. It's fall. It's fall. I love it all. It's fall. Here's some activities that you can do in the fall. Go to an apple orchard and pick apples. Visit a pumpkin patch and choose a pumpkin. Collect autumn leaves. Place them in an old telephone book. Set some heavy books on top to press and dry the leaves. Make leaf rubbings. Collect dry flower seeds and pods from the garden to plant in the spring. Collect garden flowers or wildflowers that are plentiful. Hang them upside down to dry. When they get stiff, arrange them in a vase. Nice. Thank you so much for reading It's Fall with me today. Please like and subscribe so you know when I'm going to read my next story. Have a great fall. Welcome to Solo Storytime. Today we're going to be reading a book called Monster and Son by David LaRochelle, illustrated by Joey Chow. I look forward to reading this book with you. Now let's get ready for story time. Monster and Son. You woke me with a monstrous roar, my brave and fearless son, and led the way that filled our day with rough and rowdy fun. That definitely does look like rough and rowdy fun. Look. Our game of catch was wild and fast. Our game of tag was too. You tackled me in tickle fights, and then I tackled you. We galloped through a grassy field, went fishing in a stream, and when it came to making noise, we made a mighty team, playing the drums. The secret hideout that we built was awesome to behold. My face turned red with laughter from the silly jokes you told. You kept a sharp-eyed lookout as you rode upon my back. We worked up mammoth appetites and gobbled down a snack. Oh no. Look at the people hiding up in the tree as they gobble their snacks. But now the day has ended and the moon shines overhead. So jump into your jammies and I'll chase you into bed. Your fearsome yawns won't frighten me. I'll hug you strong and tight, then gently tuck you into bed while whispering good night. The end. Thank you so much for reading Monster and Son with me today. I look forward to reading more stories with you all. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when I'm going to read my next story. Have a beautiful day. Welcome to Solo Story Time. Today we're going to be reading a fun book called Room on the Broom. This book is written by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. I look forward to reading this fun Halloween book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. Room on the Broom. The witch had a cat and a hat that was black, and long ginger hair and a braid down her back. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on the broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. Oh no. Down! Cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said, as a witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I am a dog, as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me? Yes, cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her braid, just like that. Oh no, the bow was flying away. Down! Cried the witch as they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out from a tree with an ear-splitting shriek there flapped a green bird with the bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, then said, as a witch tied her braid in the bow, I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch. So the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Now she has a bird on her broom. Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The bird shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down! Cried the witch as they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Oh no, not something else. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as a witch dried the wand on a fold of her cloak, I am a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me? Yes, said the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. Oh no! I am a dragon as mean as can be, and which with French fries tastes delicious to me. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. Help, cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew near with a glint in his eyes and said, just this once I'll have witch without fries. Oh, wow. That doesn't sound good. But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had four frightful heads, it had wings like a bird, and its terrible voice, when it started to speak, was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, Buzz off! That's my witch! Ooh. Who do you think this is? The dragon drew back and he started to shake. I'm sorry, he spluttered. I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly. And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat and whew, said the dog. And thank you, oh, thank you, the grateful witch cried. Without you, I'd be in that dragon's inside. Oh, they saved her. Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, Find something, everyone, throw something in. So the frog found a lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom! Then out rose. What do you think is going to come out of the cauldron? A truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird and a pool for the frog. Yes, cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. The end. Thank you so much for reading Room on the Broom with me today. Please like and subscribe so you know when I'm going to read my next story. Happy Halloween! Welcome to Solo Story Time. Today we're going to be reading a book called The Not So Scary Book of Monsters. This book is written and illustrated by Ian James Dye. I look forward to reading this book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. The Not So Scary Book of Monsters. Some monsters might look scary, but this one cleans your room. He picks up all your toys and sweeps up with a broom. He folds up all your laundry and puts it all away. He makes your bed up for you so you're ready for the day. If you want to find this monster, just look up to the sky. He hovers in the air because this monster loves to fly. High above the mountains is where he can be found. His feet are very soft because they rarely touch the ground. This monster is a giant. His cheeks are big and puffy. He likes hugs and snuggles. His fur is soft and fluffy. He keeps you warm and cozy and protects you while you sleep. This monster reads you stories. He's a friend you'll want to keep. Some monsters could be scary, but this one just likes sweets. He spends his day in town just looking for a treat. He likes candy, pie, and ice cream, and cupcakes make him grin. You can recognize this monster by the sprinkles on his chin. This monster is a baby, so he can't do much at all. He tries to walk and run, but then all he does is crawl. His mama likes to rock him, then sits him on her lap. She feeds him his big bottle and then lays him down for a nap. This monster seems really scary because he's only out at night. He wanders down the street, causing such a fright. But if you see him walking, there's no need to be alarmed. He's there to light the street lamps, not there to cause you harm. This monster looks quite scary, but I know a fun fact. His spines aren't there to hurt you, they're just for scratching backs. So if your back needs scratching and you itch beyond belief, just kindly ask this monster if he'll give you some relief. You might be scared at first if you hear a sudden crash, but it's just this friendly monster taking out the trash. He drags the garbage out with just a little pull, then he rolls it to the street so the can is never full. This monster isn't scary. He helps you tie your shoes. His fingers are real little and his toes are that way too. He makes laces into loops that he wraps around the side. He pulls them through the middle where they stay till they're untied. This monster loves a bath, so he smells fresh and clean. He scrubs his head and toes and all that's in between. He uses soap and rinses. He drains the bath and then he fills the tub with water so he can wash again. This monster goes to school. He makes sure he's on time. He always pays attention to feed and grow his mind. When teachers ask a question, he will raise his hand. He listens to the lessons so he can understand. This monster likes to color. He uses crayons and books. If you ask to see his pictures, he'll let you have a look. If you want to color with him, he'll say that it's okay. He'll hang them on the wall so you can see them every day. This monster is so tiny, he's sometimes hard to spot. I guess he could be scary, but really he is not. He always gets forgotten because he is so small. I think he would be scary if he were 10 feet tall. He's super cute. This monster is so massive, his eyes are all you see. He takes up 2 whole pages, but still, you shouldn't flee. He's the kindest of the monsters that you will ever meet. And if you come across him, just watch out for his feet. It must be giant too. This monster loves a party. He stays until it's done. He likes cake and presents and loves to bring the fun. If you invite this monster, you're sure to have a ball, and he'll sing happy birthday the loudest of them all. These monsters are twin monsters and mostly get along. Sometimes they like to argue and say the other twin is wrong. Their arguments last hours until they're all worn out, and then they can't remember what they were arguing about. This monster just loves soccer and to kick it in the net. If you get to see him play, you surely won't forget. He dribbles and he passes and he puts on a great show. He always plays his hardest till the final whistle blows. This monster's scared of monsters, and he's good at hide and seek. His feet are small and quiet, so it's easier to sneak. He hides under the bed and even closets too, but don't be scared of him because he's probably scared of you. This monster likes the beach and the sand between his toes. He relaxes all day long and he never wants to go. The waves splash all around him and get him very wet. He dries off in the sunshine until the sun has set. This monster's very dirty. He always makes a mess. His shirt gets gross and stinky as soon as he gets dressed. He plays in mud and puddles. His clothes are always stained. The only time he's clean is when he's playing in the rain. Some monsters might look scary, and this one does indeed, but he keeps the garden healthy because all he eats is weeds. He chomps on all the thistles to help the flowers grow. He does it in the nighttime, so you would never know. This monster likes things spicy and foods to be real hot. You might think he's scary, but really he is not. He likes peppers and hot salsa on everything he eats. Your milkshake's safe with him because all he craves is heat. It's my kind of monster. This monster's not so scary. He searches all the racks and fills the grocery cart up with all the monster snacks. He grabs onions, peas, and carrots, and sweet potatoes too, then mixes them together for a giant monster stew. This monster is not a monster, although he acts like one. He wears his monster costume and plays monster just for fun. He stomps around the house, he even shakes the floor, and if you listen closely, you can hear his monster roar. This monster just loves farming. He takes care of the crops. He works all day and night, and he never wants to stop. He brings food to the table for us to have a feast. He's just a little monster. He's not a scary beast. This monster could be scary. He looks that way, it's true, because his eyes are different. One is yellow and one is blue. His two eyes may be scary, but trust me, he's not mean. And if they were together, he'd have one eye that is green. That's true, yellow and blue make green. This monster likes to read, and he always has a book. If you yelled his name, he probably wouldn't look. He stares down at the pages forever, you will find. He's far too busy reading to pay you any mind. This monster is the cutest, and his coat is thick and warm. He doesn't mind that it is freezing. He loves the snowy storms. When the snow begins to melt, he hibernates until the winter's weather's perfect for sledding down the hill. There's nothing to be scared of. This monster loves to sleep. He makes himself real cozy and doesn't make a peep. He sleeps good on his left side and also on his right. He wakes up once a day just to say goodnight. The end. Thank you so much for reading the Not So Scary Book of Monsters with me. I really enjoyed this book and I really want to know what your favorite monster was. Please check back often as I read 2 stories each week so that we can read more stories together. Have a fun, and beautiful day.